Hey, it's Pete's Dude Man Guy. Jumping right back into more Samurai Shodown story mode. Now it's time for Yoshitora, which, I don't know. I have a feeling it's not going to be too bad, considering what my brother was able to do with him. From my understanding, Yoshitora was the main character of Samurai Shodown 5, and then, like, he became a very, very popular character. I know we've seen this story a billion times, but I'm still curious about how Yoshitora... I mean, Yoshitora is actually one of the more, like, story-focused characters, you know, unlike some of the characters we've done before, like Kyoshiro and stuff. It's kind of like, yeah, this person was there. He should have a pretty involved story reason here. I mean, yeah, if you got 7 swords, you need 7 lovers. Jeez. Yes, Yoshitora fights with a 7-sword fighting style. Alright. I'm a little groggy still. I almost literally... Well, I did just wake up 20 minutes ago. Yeah, I stayed up really, really late last night. Because, like, I wasn't feeling great yesterday. And so I slept most of the day. And so I was like, man, I didn't get very much stuff done today. So then I stayed up till, like, almost 3 working on stuff. And now I woke up later today. So it's like, was it really worth it in the first place? I just basically traded 2 hours last night for, 2 hours in the morning. Yeah, is there a reason for me not to use this attack? I guess I'll experiment with his special moves, but what's the point? Alright. How about this? Alright, how about this? No, that's not what I meant to do, but I mean, it's way more effective than anything I was trying. That really is just his basic heavy attack. That's insane. Why would you ever choose a character that is not Yoshitora? I don't even have to try. Why does every character have an OP attack? It kind of seems that way, huh? It's like you find the character's one attack that you can just be like, oh, this is the attack I use with this character. Because not only is that strong and rangy, it also lasts a long time. I don't see a single disadvantage with this move. Like, the only thing I can think of is if you can jump over it, and then you're, like, super open if you miss. I mean, I guess that's one of the disadvantages of being a long attack, is that, not long range, but, like, long lasting, is that if you do miss with it, then you're super open. But, like, the output you do is, like, so worth it. And I'm not even sure if you could jump over it, because it has a pretty wide arc in the startup. But right there, like, you see how high those black lines go? Could you jump that? You'd have to kind of know what's coming, which, hey, if you're fighting a Yoshitora, you should know that's coming. You have to learn how to beat my one attack if you want to defeat me. I'll need an aerial version going up against foes. I don't know, man. The DPS might be worth it for me just to use the grounded version. I guess I should test what his aerial heavy is like, because I probably still will need to use that for the boss. But that'll be great for killing her when she's on the ground. His aerial is, interesting. It comes out very late, so I gotta, like, activate it as soon as I jump. See, look, she tried to block it. I am kind of hoping, actually, that by rapidly spamming this move, I'll find an enemy in this arcade mode that will have a strategy against it, so that then I know when I fight other people who play as Yoshitora, oh, that's what you do. I mean, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but I'm pretty certain we're going to have time for Charlotte after this. Yeah, if I remember correctly, as far as story goes, the original Samurai Shodown doesn't really have a main hero, because it's just the first game where they're introducing all the characters, although, I mean, they still imply that Haohmaru is the main character. Whereas Samurai Shodown 2, they have a more established, like, story, and Haohmaru is the main character of that, is the main hero. Then, in Samurai Shodown 3, the main hero is, what's his name? Shizumaru, who is Haohmaru's basically apprentice, by that point. In Samurai Shodown 4, the main heroes are these twins, Kazuki and Sogetsu. And Kazuki became way more popular. And then in Samurai Shodown 5, it's Yoshitora. And in Samurai Shodown 6, I don't remember. Oh, it's that maid girl, but I don't remember her name. Maid as in, like, you know, a person that serves people. Charlotte better have a web attack. She catches people in the web of her sword. In this game, kind of seems more of like a, well, no, they do say the main character of this one is Yashimaru. I mean, I could have used my lightning blade there, but what was the point? It was easier for me to just spam my heavy. Yeah, I was wondering how these two were gonna interact, because both of them have women that just latch on to them. The difference is that Yoshitora accepts that, and Ukyo is faithful to one. So yeah, they've already announced 4 DLC characters from this game, so I was kind of looking more into them because I was like, a lot of them I vaguely know. My whole thing with Samurai Showdown is I was vaguely familiar with the first and second games from arcades, and then I really didn't get like I didn't remember the series until way later, like in my college years, when I started like really getting into collecting fighting games, and I just went for Samurai Shodown 6, because I was like, oh yeah, Samurai Shodown, which is the version of this, because there's always one of these, which is the version of this that has like all the characters, and that's Samurai Shodown 6. Samurai Shodown 6 just has like every Samurai Shodown character ever. So that's what I went with. And the thing is, that means that every character that was introduced between 3 and 5, I was not that familiar with. Now, even in 6, they kind of upplayed Yoshitora, so I got to know him pretty quick. And same with, Kazuki really stood out too, even though he was the hero in 4. Shiki, like I said, even though she's in this game, I didn't really remember her. And I still actually honestly don't remember if she's in Samurai Shodown 6. I had to look up that, oh, she was the main character of Samurai Shodown 64, because I didn't even get into those. Besides the main numbered Samurai Showdowns, you have things like Samurai Shodown 64, Sen, Warrior's Rage, and I am just very unfamiliar with those. So I don't know if they transferred Shiki over to the non-3D games or not. But she's in this one. You know, Samurai Shodown 6 has so many characters, I don't think I've even gotten around to, like, trying them all, even though I've had the game for a few years. Yeah, I mean, Samurai Shodown story modes are usually, I guess you would say, standard. They play out like arcade modes with a boss at the end. That's pretty normal. A lot of fighting games do that, actually. It's a little rarer when they have a full... Well, it's more normal these days, I suppose. Because I think that was always a criticism of fighting games. It's like, yeah, the solo campaign's not that interesting. I don't think Street Fighter... Has Street Fighter ever deviated from that? I think Street Fighter still just does arcade modes, basically, with stories attached to them. So, I was originally going to get around to who the 4 DLC characters are. It looks like the first DLC character is Rimuru, who is a character that I'm not as familiar with, but from my understanding, she's Nakaruru's sister, and she's a really popular character. Then they're going to have Basara, same boat, character I'm not super familiar with. Apparently, he was introduced in Samurai Shodown 3 and has been a regular ever since. Like I said, for me, when I think of regulars, I tend to think of the characters from Samurai Shodown 2, but even then, that's not necessarily true. A couple of the characters from Samurai Shodown 2, like Caffeine and Seeger, like, appeared in Samurai Shodown 2, and then never appeared again until Samurai Shodown 6. So, that's not, you know, even that's not super consistent. And then there's, oh, who's the third character that they're adding? Oh, then they're adding, Kazuki Kazuma, who, like I said, was the main hero of, 4, I think, along with Sogetsu. So I guess after that, the only main heroes they'll be missing are Sogetsu and Shizumaru. And then, they're adding Wan Fu, who is, like, one of the original characters. He was in the first Samurai Shodown, the second Samurai Shodown, and I think he continued to appear in them all. I don't know if they ever dropped Wan Fu. And he's kind of a Chinese martial artist. Yeah, that's about right. And once they add all those DLC characters, the only character from the original Samurai Shodown that will be missing is the Yokai Genan. And that actually kind of bothers me. It's like, oh, you have every character from the first Samurai Shodown except for this one. And like I said, right now they're missing 2, because they're missing Genon and Wan Fu. But that's going to be different eventually. So it makes me kind of hope for a Wave 2 DLC. What I'd love to see from Wave 2 DLC, and of course, I'm totally biased because it's just the characters I'm familiar with. I want to see them add the remaining missing characters from Samurai Showdowns 1 and 2. So that would be Genan, Caffeine, Seeger, and I know there's one more. I had another one in mind. Maybe I was thinking of Amakasa. Shoot, I don't remember how to say their name. Yeah, she got closer than anyone else. When you said Kazuki, I thought you were going to say Kazuki Kirigaya. Oh, yeah, that was his name, wasn't it? I totally forgot. Now when I think of, well, because his name is Kazuki Kazuma, and when I hear Kazuma, I think of, wow, how do I... Konosuba! There we go. See, it looks like all they can really do is block, and if I keep spamming it, they're eventually going to mess up their block, or I'm going to mess up the attack. Look at that! What would you do? Yeah, we're still at less than 20 minutes on my timer, and that's including like the 2 minutes that I was still setting up. So like, we only got 3 fights left and we're under 20 minutes. I think the one thing that might be difficult is the boss, just because I'm not used to using any other attacks. Maybe that's the one advantage of Yoshitora, is you get so reliant on that one move that you don't learn how to do any of the others. Kirito and Asuna's DLC in any fighting game? Yeah, I think that'd be fun. So, you know, for the problems I do have with Sword Art Online, like I said, I thought it had a pretty solid start, and I do think, like, the actual, like, abilities and fighting was kind of cool. I remember being excited to see new Sword Art episodes when the show was first airing. Like, me and my friends all together, oh, let's see the new episode of Sword Art Online. So, you know. Look, he was ready. He was like, he's gonna do that dumb attack right at the start. I know it. See, I am trying to mix it up just for an advantage, right? Like, oh, he's too close to me. I'm gonna use my Y to push him first, then spam it. I'm gonna guard now. Now I'm gonna use my heavy. Heavy again. Heavy again. And that's the fight. Yeah, I mean, they just stopped. They're just like, they set up a, that bothers me in any series. They set up a goal. Where it's like, we're going to do 100 floors of this thing. Okay, cool. They get a little over 50 floors in. It's like, now let's end the series right now. Oh, okay. Whoops. Well, I might actually lose a round. Ooh. Oh, he got me. You can tell he was mad, too. He's like, stop spamming that attack! Ah! And they did so many, like... They set up this really cool premise and some cool characters with, like, Kirito and Asuna and Klein and stuff. And then they took so many detours with other characters that they did nothing with. Like, it's like, oh, here's an episode about a girl with a dragon. And that's done. Here's an episode about a blacksmith. And that's done. They didn't do anything with it. It's just like, here's this other waifu. Here's this other waifu. And then, like, they go on this whole tangent with this, like, kid. Like, oh, now Kirito and Asuna have this kid that's actually an in-game program. And then they're like, and by the way, Einkrag's over. We've only done, like, what, 58 floors? Who cares? It turns out we can solve the problem right now. It's like, oh. I thought you were going to have this story about, you know, things getting steadily more difficult as you're losing people and resources, trying to fight through these 100 floors and establishing an army of characters we'd come to love before we lose them. Nope. Oh, hey, Maru did better. He beat me in a round. I think he did pretty good in that last round, too. Just trying to stop him so he doesn't die. Your problem is Kaiba's reasoning. I mean, yeah, I guess that was always going to be hard to pull off. Just as a concept, it didn't make sense in the first place. Kayaba! I've never seen SAO abridged. Maybe I'll get around to it. You know, I just realized we have Jubei as the rival fight, and that should be really hard because Jubei's a really strong character. Who won? Oh, shit! Jubei might actually end my winning streak, because he can do that. Oh, shoot. You know what I'm doing? Gosh darn it. I haven't had to block at all. I'm pressing the Soul Calibur block button again. Oh, I haven't done that since... Well, shoot. Now I'm going to lose, because this whole time I've been trying to block and counter. I haven't been blocking. I hope I can... there's no way I can build up rage. If I take any more hits, I'm going to die. I just got to spam this and hope for the best. There we go. I was like, why am I not blocking these moves? I'm not pressing the block button. Or, I mean, I am pressing a block button when there is no block button. Oh, looks like I was all worried for nothing. I just had to spam the heavy more. He could still lightning blade me, so I gotta be kind of careful. But I mean, as long as I keep doing this, I don't know if he's gonna get the opportunity. I mean, he totally should have won this fight, because he should have won that last round. And he didn't. Yeah, boy.
さて、じゃあ行ってくるぜ。心配すんな。すぐに戻ってくるからよ。
この世のすべて何もかも消えてなくなればいい。
Alright, let's see how this goes. So I'm kind of wondering if I should just keep using the ground special. The problem with that is that she won't get stunned at all, so it's probably not worth it, because she hits me at all, then it's just... It'll interrupt the attack. So I think my jumping heavy strategy is still going to be better. I just got to be really careful with how I do it, because like I said, Yoshitora does it kind of low. Once she is down, though, then I can spam my heavy on her, and I think it'll allow me to skip a few cycles, just because of how strong it is. Still, I'm not actually 100% confident of beating this first try.
思い出せない。誰か私を。
どんな理由でそうなっちまったのか知らねえが、そんな邪気、あんたみたいなべっぴんさんには似合わねえよ。待ってな、すぐ楽にしてやる。徳川義虎 VS 静御前、いざ尋常に一本目勝負。
Okay, this is going okay. Okay, yeah, if you start that attack really early, it's pretty good. I feel like she should have been stunned by now. There we go. Yeah, see, if I use the ground one, she can just hit me out of it super easy. The animation lasts so long on it, she can hit me out with her aerial attacks. I don't know about this. Yeah, this is gonna be hard. Yoshitora is gonna like fly through the regular persons and then not be a good boss fighter. Because his heavy is so slow. I guess that's the disadvantage of Yoshitora. Even though his heavies are strong, they're so slow that when you have a character like this who can just take it, he gets counter hit so much. Still, that's not a problem you're going to run into with most regular characters, just this boss. Still, this means we're probably not going to get Yoshitora's secret ending just because of the boss, and that, I mean, that's kind of whatever, but also, like, a lot of times, like, boss characters in fighting games like this annoy me, where it's like, oh, you have the boss that can actually, like, outdo a playable character. I prefer the bosses that, and I know I've ranted about this before, I prefer the bosses that are just strong, regular characters, and most other fighting games do that pretty well, you know? You got, like, M. Bison and Akuma, and Inferno, in Soul Calibur. That's just my preference, is that type of boss, where it's just like, this actually works as a playable character. And, like, from what I remember, that's what Samurai Shodown usually does, with characters like, Amakusa and Zankaro. Like, they're actually just regular characters. They're strong, but you can still play them like regular characters. So... So even now, this is just a we might win, and then we still have to do phase 2, which is way harder. Oh my god. This was going well. I'm hoping we can still get it under an hour. I'd have to fail at this for 30 minutes, which, hey, who knows what's going to happen. It very well could. I'm still trying to determine if that's going to be more worth it. I just can't imagine that. I thought Yoshitora would be strong enough to get her on 2 cycles. Yeah, he's just not fast enough with those attacks. He opens himself way up too much for punishment. You can't DPS her. What I might have to do is just chip at her with my lighter attacks in the air just for the speed. And even though it'll take longer, at least I'll hopefully that'll let me survive a little better. So I'm going to try using his air medium instead. It's so straightforward. It doesn't arc at all. So I'm going to run into the Ukyo problem with that one. Or see, now I can't really even get a good angle on it because his heavy does a better angle, but his medium has better speed. But because the power is so much lower, then it also takes longer for her to... Oh, boy. If the patron pick was a Smash copy like Rivals of Aether, how would you tackle it? I mean, a lot of it's going to be just direct transfer, right? I mean, a lot of times when I do a character moveset, especially for a character from another fighting game, you kind of have to adapt them to fit a Smash style. So if the character already exists in a Smash style, then like you don't have to change much, and I think that's fine. The closer you can be faithful to the character while also making them fit a Smash style, the better, I think. And so if they already fit Smash style as they are, I think you keep that. I mean, the Rayman I did is basically just Rayman Legends Rayman, except for he loses his combo attacks in the air, and he gains his classic special moves. There's very, very little difference. This is gonna be hard. We haven't even seen second phase with her yet.
徳川義虎 VS 静か御前いざ尋常に一本目勝負
And I guess Jubei was right. Yoshitora has no business fighting this person. Well, his medium has a bit of range, so I can kind of stand back and use it. That helps a little bit. They said, though, it's not as heavy, so it's a lot weaker. I have to be a lot more patient on this boss than I was with everyone else. That's just one phase. Even his medium is not fast enough for me to reach the ground and block if I need to. So I really can't launch the attack until I'm already right in front of her, or I won't have time. Okay, let's go for one more. I was gonna say let's go for one more heavy and then our lightning blade, and it ran out. Dang! I really thought this would be the time we'd beat her first phase. Oh, stop! Seriously? This is a good pattern, but I can only take like a hit. Damn it! Well, that's a great start. Well, there's no way I'm winning this time. Look at my health. I have to hit her so many times with the medium. Is it worth it for me just to go back to heavy so I don't have to hit her as much? Maybe if I do start the heavy a little lower, I'll get less damage in, but, well, is it worth it then? Because what I'm thinking is if I do start it later, that gives me enough airtime to block, if I had to. But then, is my damage output any better than just using the medium? I'm not sure. I'm gonna go back to heavy. Yeah, if I start low like that, it gives me time. Seriously? I don't remember that move being that strong. Oh, I thought I could take one more hit. I don't know about the heavy. I'm taking way too many hits. Yoshitora is too slow to fight this boss. Even Earthquake had an easier time. Okay, if I use my light attack, he actually just does one attack. That would be the safest method. It would also take forever because I'm trying to break her out of defense with light attacks, and it has like no range. But at least I'm not getting hit as much. But if I never hurt her, I'll never end the fight. It'll give her more opportunities to hit me. So, is it worth it? You can basically get 3 of those moves in, which is not enough to take her out completely. There's some kind of balance between the amount of attacks you do and the power you deal. Even though that attack does quite a bit of damage, because of the number of hits it performs, it gives me less time to actually damage her, I think. I think that's what's going on. That's why I can't get her in 2 cycles, even though that's such a strong move. Whereas with other characters like Haomaru, I can take her out in 2 cycles. See, I have to go through a whole entire other cycle now, more than a character like Haomaru would have to, which means I have to survive a whole other cycle worth of attacks. And looking at my HP, I don't know if that's feasible. See, I was so low on HP that even blocking wasn't enough. And if you don't jump, that's what happens. If only he had a better heavy. Want me to look for a player's guide? No. I've already beaten this story mode with, like, what? 13 characters? 14 characters? I should be a guide. There's nothing... I don't know. There's nothing really to learn or to be gained from fighting a boss character like this. Because like I said, they're so unlike anything else you actually fight in the game. So maybe you can find a really good strategy for how do you beat the boss with Yoshitora. And that would work out. But like, it's only going to be applicable in this one situation that I have to do one time and then never do again. So, you know.
本目勝負あれとわしゃ
雨
あれ
風
とわしゃあれしゃあれ
I'm gonna try something new. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to leap over her as I do my thing. That way, her attacks will go past me, and because of the length of my attack, I can actually attack her as I'm jumping over her. Let's try that. We're gonna try every time we attack with Yoshitora to jump over the boss. Of course, if she's up against a wall like that, it doesn't really work. Okay, but that's the new strategy. That's the new strategy. We're gonna try to jump over her every time.
全て消えて
So for our third heavy hit on the floor, let's intentionally jump over her first so that we can jump over her again in this form. Here we go. Let's see how this works out. I mean, that was the beginning, so I didn't really have a chance to jump over her. And now she's hitting me away too much. This might not work out as well as I was hoping. We'll see. It's my first time trying it. We gotta try a strategy before we can determine if it works or not. But see, yeah, then if I do that, her attacks kind of fly past me. Because they're on that side. Okay. I did the wrong move, but I'm still gonna count that as one hit, 2 hit, then jump over her, and do the third one. Now she'll go back into her... Oh, I guess she didn't. Maybe if I do that move, I can actually get more hits on her. Jump over her as I fly. Jump over her as I fly. I didn't jump over her, so I got hit. Okay. I might not win this first time with this strategy, but I think it's actually working out. I was going to use my lightning blade, but then it faded, which has happened every single time this fight. It's like, hey, this is a good opportunity for me to use my lightning blade. It goes away. We were a lot closer that time. I think that strategy is going to be good.
見たくない
So my problem is I'm just going to be weakened now without any rage.
2本目勝負
The other thing, sometimes it's hard to control. Like when you try to jump straight forward, you just wind up jumping straight up. That's also not very precise. Okay, if you really want to jump a direction, you start by dashing that direction before you even press the jump button. If I can do it more consistently like that, we might have a chance, because that was a really good cycle. I think I've got my strategy for fighting this boss with Yoshitora. Uh-oh, I can't get over her. Well, take that. We're still in a really good position now. I can't jump over her anymore, but because she's so low, I have so much spare HP, I think I can DPS her this time. Yeah, we'll see. I can still only take so many hits. There we go. We got to second phase. We only get one chance at it this time, and we don't have any rage. But we at least get to try. You found the perfect plan, just hit it till it dies. That's just when I found out, when I was first going against her with Haomaru, that the strategy was to just hit her harder. I was trying to, like, whittle her down with weak attacks, and then I was like, oh no, you just use heavies the whole time. You just hit her harder. Okay, she's gonna start with her big ultimate blast move, and the nice thing about that is then she leaves herself wide open. And I can spam his heavy moves and hopefully get her down in one cycle. But I gotta block first. Block, then jumping heavy, then spam ground heavies. Jumping heavy, ground heavy. That wasn't enough to get her in one cycle. That's too bad. One. Let's go ahead and jump over her now because she's pretty close to the edge. Two. Be prepared. I might be able to get a fourth hit on her, but yes, I do. Dash and jump. And block. Dash and jump and block. What a bitch. Seriously? So she's got a defense to my strategy. I've only seen her do that move once before, but I'm putting her in a situation where it's better for her to use that move than her other moves. So I think I'm just going to have to take that. I don't have a better strategy at this point. We're just going to try to make it work with what we got. Just getting past this first phase of Shizuka is still hard with Yoshitora. Get over her, dumbass. There we go. Kick. At least now we get 2 chances against Phase 2. At this point, though, with the credits and everything, this is going to be past an hour, so I'll have to determine if I am going to keep going and do Charlotte, or if I'm going to stop after Yoshitora today. I was really planning on getting 2 characters done today, and then doing the last 2 tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see. Ow. I gotta be careful because she's got her rage ready. And there it is. The move that she never used ever till this fight with Yoshitora. So it's hard for me to account for it. Play it safe. I'd have to get very lucky. I get one more here. There's no way. I'm gonna give it my hardest. Nope, I didn't clear her. I jumped forward, but it wasn't enough to clear her. I was close. Just gotta keep getting closer each time until we win. I'm gonna call Yoshitora my only one today. So it's 2 days now we didn't get to do a second character. We were flying by these last week. Start with Charlotte tomorrow. Done already. Stop it. Get some help. Gotta be careful, she's got energy. Oh man, my rage... why does my rage always end right when I'm actually able to use it? I have to go through one more cycle now. If I had a lightning blade, maybe I could have ended it, but I gotta do one more cycle. We might be able to make this work this time. Well, that was quite a combo. Alright, I survived. Uh-oh. Lightning blade attack? She has not done that to me yet for this fight. Didn't get as much of a counter off of it as I was hoping. Just a few more hits. Oh my god, we did it. Alright. Please die. Oh my god. That took way too long. Like, literally 40 minutes of this was just spent on that boss. Isn't she supposed to be talking here? Oh, there it is. I thought she started sooner for some reason.
どうして忘れていたのかしら。辛く苦しいこともあったけど、幸せな思い出もたくさんあったわ。あなたが私を苦しみから解放してくれたのですね。ありがとう。これでやっと向こう側へ行けます。しずやしず、しずのおだまき繰り返し、昔を今になすよしもがな。
無事に静御前の城下商店を見届け、江戸への帰路につく義虎。日の本を覆い尽くしていた邪気は薄れ、今や空は元の色を取り戻している。浄化の影響であろうか、鬱屈した邪気からの解放を喜ぶように、辺り一面には見事な桜が咲き乱れていた。後日、恋人たちを招いた義虎はとある座敷にて談笑していた。ふとした拍子に彼女たちの口から各地での出来事について噂話がこぼれる。町での暴動、貧困で苦しむ村、民は未だ苦しみ、邪気の禍根はくすぶり続けていた。物憂げな義虎を気遣うように、彼女たちは次の旅先を訪ねた。義虎はかつて友と交わした言葉、この国を良き国へと導くという誓いを改めて思う。己もまた徳川の名を背負う者、たとえ困難な童貞であろうと歩みを止める気はさらさらない。月が映り込んだ杯を傾けながら海の向こうへ渡るのも一興かと義虎は一人つぶやくのであった。
Oh, right. So, Yoshitora is really, really good. Just spam his heavy the whole time and you'll probably win most fights. That's about all I've got to say. I don't really know much about the rest of his playstyle or his special moves or anything, because that heavy is just so good. Ugh. That's going to be it for me on this game today. Like I said, if it was under an hour, I would have... You know, I'd be like, oh, okay, well, let's keep going to another one. But, I mean, I do have other things I need to accomplish today. I can't just play Samurai Shodown all day. Instead, I'm going to be playing a bunch of Samurai Shodown games so I can make a Samurai Shodown video. So I guess I am going to be playing Samurai Shodown all day. I should probably eat breakfast first, though. I haven't done that yet. Hey, how's it going? Good. Eat breakfast, play video games, sleep. Perfect daily schedule. It's ideal to me. I get to spend the rest of my day on videos and doing stuff around the house. I would love to be a stay-at-home husband. For summers I get to, but then during school years I have to work. So during school years, my wife and I usually share the load of the household work. But during the summers, I do almost all of it. I pretty much handle the dishes, and I do all the laundry folding, although Rosie starts the laundry loads. And then Rosie cooks, because I have very little cooking skill, and she loves cooking. And then I'm working on taking care of the yard. Speaking of which, I really need to mow the lawn this week. When's the weather going to be good this week? Let's see here. Weather will be pretty good on Friday. Yeah, I don't want to mow the lawn today because it's a high chance of rain. I've got an electric mower. I mean, mowing in the rain is never a good idea in the first place, but, you know. It's just this is our first year owning a house. For the past 4 years, or 4 years. Well, I guess more than that if you include college. We've had apartments. And you don't have to worry about lawn care in apartments. So I'm still getting used to that. SNK. Now we just gotta wait for that red orb that turns purple. There it is. And I said, just like yesterday, the original plan of doing 2 characters is out the window. That's going to be it for today's stream. So tomorrow, I'll see you for Charlotte. I'm not going to promise this time that we'll have a second character, because I have no clue. So I'll see you tomorrow for Charlotte story mode. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.